Hi Aquarius Moons, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144, very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, unlimited to anyone who should find this message, or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a Celtic spread. I will be using your card here that I created from the deck that I made here, Judgment Day is what it's called. But we're going to utilize your energy here as the centerpiece. And then we'll get a major arcana card. Actually, we'll just speak on it because it already wanted to present itself here for you. Very interesting. I just mentioned the Judgment Day deck, and then here we have Judgment Day with the Judgment card being present. So we'll speak on that once we get the Celtic spread. I'm going to go ahead. Actually, let's just leave this here since our energy wants to be present. And then I'm going to shuffle this deck a few more times here. I hope that everyone is doing well. Clarify Aquarius moon. Okay, and then before I begin, we'll take a look at the card. So at the top of the Aquarius card that I made, it says "Told you so," and then "So you want to be dot dot dot." I keep meaning to put that on there. I'll have to remember to do that. Color for Aquarius is going to be blue. And then it says, "Come fly with me on a whole other level. We regulate and are here to keep love flowing across the world." And then I have the energy of, I don't know what I was thinking, the Tower card. I realized I had put that there too. Your energy is going to be 11 and the Star card. I think I was in like I want to say like the 12th dimension when I was doing these cards. I was so zoned out, and I put different things. I think Sagittarius is one I know for sure that I put the Temperance card on there. So I kind of incorporated, I guess at the time that I made these cards, certain energies pertaining. But this is typically it would be the Tower. It's an energy of 16. That does create a 7. I feel like I may possibly have gotten distracted, left out that one. I don't know what happened there, but everything happens for a reason. Again, your energy will be 11. 1 and 1. That tower could be significant. I am going to make the adjustments for this card so that continuing on for the readings, we have the energy aligned with your house energy there. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. We'll get your clarifying card for Aquarius moon. And the Celtic does not honor reversals. I want to mention that also too. We have the Seven of Cups. So just looking at this card, it's going to be, I'm getting options. This is a card of Pisces. Typically it would be about also to illusions. It's also considered to be I'm just not getting the bipolar energy. I just see a lot of cups here with different options. A world of creation, having variety. And with these options here, that are in this particular card, I would say use your discretion. And that being part of that energy when it comes to having options here. Of course, there may be confusion. I'm also getting that too. There may have been some confusion in selecting options. And someone, given that this is the clarifying card for you all, may have been confused about something. There not being clarity. And so with this card being here, I do get that there is clarity coming through with the Judgment card being here, Major Arcana there for your actual Major Arcana card. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, I mainly get confusion from this. This is the options also here too. Maybe being confused about one's options. But with every selection, there's always that journey. Whatever comes from that journey allows us to assess what we need to in order to continue on and to continue to make the best choices for ourselves. So, this being a part of all of this here, too. 7 energy will be Libra energy. So, more energy of air, and then cups will be water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and a fucus. I did pick up chariot energy, and the chariot being about sitting, analyzing, observing, assessing to kind of take in all surroundings and everything that has been a part of intake, seeing how that has affected a situation, and then moving accordingly after all of that assessing, making a decision. So I'm kind of getting that here too. Let's see what crosses one. We have the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Nines are ninth house energy of Sagittarius, Jupiter being the ruler of Sagittarius. So it's being a very blessed and abundant energy. Walking away from anything unemotionally fulfilling, having this at the base here. So I think it's also interesting we have the Seven of Cups and then we go to the Nine of Cups. So I do get there possibly being some confusion when it came to having a choice here, making a choice, making the wrong choice. Eight of Cups will be the next after the Seven of Cups, and then we have your wish fulfillment of the Nine of Cups crossing your energy, present in your energy. So it could be also too poor judgment was made when it came to one of these cups here, and I know it may sound redundant, but that's wanting to come through. Again, Seven of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups. In between these two will be the Eight of Cups, but walking away from what's unemotionally fulfilling towards what is. So with that Nine of Cups, that not only being wish fulfillment, but also having to do with emotional fulfillment and happiness. The next step after the Nine of Cups will be the Ten of Cups. And that being the ultimate emotional fulfillment with the 10 and coming into some new beginnings along with that. Let's see what is at the crown. We have the King of Rods. So I'm getting Aries action for sure, initiation. King of Rods will be typically an upstanding community person, may even be on a larger scale, a go-getter, a great builder, contender, has a great spirit from within. Sagittarius is wanting to come through strongly. I'm getting a very fiery spirit, very passionate energy. Getting spiritual, passionate, compassionate, loving. This is also strong fire energy. The new moon is today as well. And the moon is in Aries. So that may be significant here too. I do see potential buddings on this particular rod that the King of Rod is holding. Where this may be about wanting to embark, possibly here. They could be a father. King of Rods typically gets a reputation for being a player. I'm not getting that. I get this being more upstanding energy. So let's go ahead and see what we have that's beneath this energy here. And I get a lot of you may possibly be embracing that King of Rod energy. Let's see what's beneath. And as I say that, the Mercury aura just, the notification just came in on my phone. So I'll take that as confirmation. So what's beneath is the Five of Swords. Where I'm getting sabotage. Not necessarily doing what it takes to win at all costs, just completely sabotaging. With the confusion energy and the poor judgment and the choice being made, walking away, it could be that a connection or an option was sabotaged due to there being some confusion. So then with that, I'm also getting this Five of Swords and the winning, doing what it takes to win at all costs. Could have been coming from another person also too, and that bringing about a Five of Swords energy of sabotage in itself when it came to a lot of you here. So I'm getting like a double, almost like a double-edged Five of Swords, if that's even a thing, where those two fives come together to create an overall 10 of Swords. So with the 7, like I'm getting deceit that may have taken place as a part of some confusion, creating a decision here connected to some poor judgment, where overall the energy of judgment is now here to bring about awakening to some truths. And so with that deceit, it just kind of ties in with an intended, some negative intentions being set in order to create a in order to create another Five of Swords in a different way. And then I also see 3 swords here. So third party, could be indecision connected to a third party. And then energy of a sword being down has also come through significantly lately as I've been sharing ace cards all last week. And as I was searching for particular Ace of Swords cards, it makes a difference most times when it comes to tarot, whether that sword is up or down. And so I see this sword being almost like planted or attempted to be picked up, which I see is like pretty bold because the hands are right on top of the blade. So that's where I kind of get the sabotage too, but like it's like picking up the lies. Like throwing out the lies, doing the work of destroying, and then once the work is done, going back to pick up the swords to throw them again. And so then I also see a cross of 2 swords here of indecision and a 10 energy that those 2 swords make, where I'm kind of getting what it is that I just explained, with the intent being set of having a Five of Swords in a different way set to create an overall, and this is creating an overall 10 of Swords ending of something very painful. I even see like this energy wearing these swords here too, like just walking around being that energy of hurtful energy. Wherever it is that they go, they affect everyone with this energy. So this being beneath, could be some clarity coming through now that this is here. No more sabotaging is also what I'm getting there. So let's see what's behind. Six of Cups. Karmic energy. And that's all I'm getting here. I do see Three Cups kind of as a supportive energy for these surrounding energies. Where normally you would see a feminine being given to by a masculine, I don't really see that here. And then I just get a great sense of hiding. Both energies, smelling the flowers. Is there a saying with that? Wake up and smell the roses. Waking up, that might be the title. And in smelling the roses, I feel that it has to do with these cups here, given that we have the Six Cups here. And I could go into the whole logistics of why these cups are here, connected to these cups. But I feel this is almost like the third party energy that's a part of the sabotage. And one of these energies being connected to the overall Ten of Sword energy, sending intent that caused another to do this here. And this being part of karmic energy. Almost like I'm hearing like, I got these roses, smell these roses. And then they've been sprinkled with like something that is not okay, that compromises one's free will. And so this energy is like, ooh, those smell really good. And then they get put into a daisy days. Like someone even brought up, mushrooms have been coming around a lot lately. I don't know. Like I like to eat truffle mushroom type like oh, what's that? Oh, there's a really good burger at this place called Django. That's here in the city. And I used to get it all the time. I stopped eating like a lot of meat, and so I don't really visit these places anymore like I used to. But oh my goodness, they had a really, really delicious burger that they made, and it was slathered in duck fat. But it also had like they had fries. I think they were like truffle fries you could get. I feel like it's like like how do I want to say this? I was gonna say too. Someone had come up to me and told me they went mushroom hunting. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then every time I hear about mushrooms, I always think about a little housewarming party that I had when I moved into my first apartment like years ago. Not the one that I'm currently in. And mushrooms like the is it hallucinogens? I think that's what you call them. And that could be the confusion. Like there was some kind of ice that was used. It could be mushrooms, dropping mushrooms in somebody's coffee, or having someone believe something based off of doing something by putting something roofies, like almost like being roofied, but it's not being roofied. And that's what I'm getting here. We'll hold it up a little closer. Like I'm just I can see it's so vivid. Here I got some fresh, wonderful floral flowers. You want to smell? And then it just has something that, like, once it's breathed in, it just going against free will. That's what I get here. This being a part of karmic cycles. So it also having to do with past lifetimes as well. Influencing, allowing oneself to be influenced. Um, Waking up and smelling the roses. But these roses are not, these roses are, I just feel these flowers are tainted. Someone's waking up and smelling the true roses that aren't tainted. That may be actually healing and bring life and love and happiness and it being authentic and not artificial. I don't know where all that came from. That was pretty deep. I like how that happens sometimes. That's cool. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What's before one? Like, and I meant to, like, the reason I mentioned that story of someone just randomly bringing up that they went mushroom hunting is because I feel spiritually I get message. It just comes to me. I'm not out there in the media. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. None of that. And so I feel, what's meant to come towards my atmosphere, it will come if it's meant for me to know something. And so that's what I'm getting. I just got that being like an intuitive pickup to let me know that someone may have been drugged. And the reason I say that too is because there's been like some pop up ads that come up when I'm listening to my mantras while meditating and or even music. Sometimes it's music, and so then I feel that it may be that vibe from that music that may be giving that message, but I don't think much into it. But there's a mushroom coffee advertisement that also has been floating around, and I kind of got a little bit of that where someone may be doing something to try to influence someone's decisions. So take what resonates for that. I didn't mean to tell all my business, but here we are. So let's see what's. It was a fun night too. That housewarming party. We had a fun night. I didn't do any. I've never done mushrooms before. I almost feel like if I do, I won't come back. So that's why I don't. Okay. So what's before one will be everything that I just said. No, I'm just kidding. So you have the clarity of the Ace of Swords here. So I feel that everything that just came through here, this all being the confusion being gone, an action, um, an active energy with that King of Rod now coming through. Where now we have this Ace also being about newness, and look what's here: the roses. These are the healing rose. These are the non-tainted, non-tainted flowers. Let me grab this so we can take a look. See. Okay, so me telling that story and all my business came through for a reason. So it just explains exactly what just came through what I channeled. That's so pretty. So the tainted energy being here, the pure energy being here alongside the sword. And these are white roses of healing. I'm getting two death cards here. For some reason, with this particular Ace of Sword, I get couple energy. And I get this every single time I see this card. And it's two roses, each person having a rose, being very distinct people on each side of the blade here, but representing and being truth. Now, this could also speak to the internal energy from within when it comes to masculine and feminine energy and the balance and how one is coming into newness based on integrity. And notice, too, what I mentioned about the sword. Oh my God, here it is. So, the truth about the lies and the sabotage and it being surrounded. Like, this is an Ace of Sword of truth and clarity, But I feel here, there's something connected to like a lie. And so I feel the importance of these roses being surrounded by this particular sword, where here it's an actual person with their hand on it, which is very, it's I don't even know a word to describe that. Like, I want to say desensitized and so enraptured in all this pain that feeling this pain, like they don't even feel that. And so I feel that this sword is, as a part of the sabotage, had something to do with a new beginning here, where without these roses, it was this sabotage. And these roses being connected, I'm getting to death card energy. So this being about the removal of karmic cycles, the newness and the healing from the lies, now having this new beginning with a foundation of unity, healing, purity, love, and then the white also representing truth, but Cancerian energy of unconditional love. Very interesting. And I do have another deck I noticed too that has a sword that, an ace of sword that's come out of the sheath, that's there with the sheath, and it's also down. So I get this being like this ace of sword being about a new foundational truth that's beginning based off of what was designed to be a lie. Like that, and then that just, I hope this makes sense as being a part of the sabotage. Overall, here we have 6 swords here, moving away from choppy waters. And I feel that's what it really comes down to, is the feeling and the knowing from within. Like, you can see how these swords are here and the association that's here. But then it's like, what is surrounding that there? And then seeing that, it's like the 7 energy of sitting and assessing and observing. And then taking that internally and listening to oneself rather than what someone else would have you to believe. And that kind of goes back to the, ooh, smell these, and then being duped off into La La Land. And so then the 2 healing roses surrounding what I feel is going to be the intent, the healing of the negative intent. And so that's what I'm saying. I hope this makes sense as far as what this ace, because an ace of sword is an ace of sword. It's going to be a foundation on clarity and truth and honesty. But I just feel that the characteristic of what I explained right before this even came, where I channeled that there, and you can see it just, it's so clear as day with the hand on it. So I'm just, yeah. But the truth being seen overall, and then there being a new actual start here on a foundation of integrity. So let's see what the attitude is for you, Aquarius moons. Let me move this here. This always, let me be quiet. Okay, so let's see what the attitude of you all here with the 7 of Cups and then your card. 7 of Pentacles. So we have more 7s. And so I just get it, this being connected to the confusion. The true swan being there with one the whole time. And I feel like, and this has come through before a couple of readings ago. But and it's almost similar to the 7 of Pentacles and the Rider-Waite-Smith, where you would see someone staring at 6 Pentacles. and then having an actual pinnacle at their feet. So having what it is that they need and not really seeing that because they're too focused on the past, or waiting on something without realizing that they actually have what it is right there at their feet. And so I get this energy here too. But I also get, there's 7 pentacles here. And I don't think that makes a difference, given that we have the swan here. And I feel that speaks to the truth of what one has been really searching for and waiting for. Swans are going to be strong representatives of soul flames or twin flames, soulmates, and the delicacy. But abundance also, too, will be a part of this. The Jupiter energy connected to Sagittarius and the wish fulfillment also being this here, too. So I get the 7 of confusion here being associated with the 7 pentacles that are here. One being a little larger than the other. And I feel that it may be connected to what was coming through here with that 6 of Cups and the tainted flowers. Almost like, and you can see that too. It's, oh man, that's very neat. Because I kept noticing the boy energy over here. And I thought that was interesting too, where the feminine is on this side and the masculine's on this side here. Most times you would see the masculine on this side here giving to the feminine. It's almost like calling a spade, where this is going to be the same story right here. And then the 3 cups of happiness, the true happiness, actually being here the entire time, being manipulated. So I'm getting like smelling the tainted roses, that being the bush here with the material, the pentacles. That possibly being a part of the taint with the roses, the money, the flash, and it being a manipulative situation connected to confusion. So with the karmic energy, the 3D perspective, getting away from old beliefs and false foundations, the tower energy also being significant as to why it's here on your card. I do feel there may have been a tower, and why the change is here to bring light to a situation where there was confusion and now there's not. Someone was confused. And I do feel part of that is due to manipulation. Intent set in order to have more negative action take place. So a 5 of Sword going towards the intent of creating another 5 of Sword, and it being what's also here too. And so I get the 7 association just being strong Libra energy, but then also connected to the 7 of Cups of confusion. 7 of Swords is also a part of this, of deceptiveness and stealing. So almost like just seeing like a swan here, like, oh, that's a pretty swan. Look at all this. That's pretty much it. And then with the materialism, it being not fulfilling. Because then I also get to, with these options and the choices, this wish isn't even a part of this. And I feel that speaks to the specialness here too, of this wish fulfillment. Where someone was waiting on the world to change and just needed to realize the change from within. Something being brought to light here too, as far as that manipulation. Okay. But yeah, the pentacles being the flowers pretty much from what's there in that 6 of Cups. Alrighty, let's see what the environmental energy is. Eight of Cups of walking away. So here's that 8 that was mentioned in between the 7 and the 9. So there's a lot of you realizing energy. This could even be getting possibly the swan energy. Walking away from what has not been emotionally fulfilling. Take what resonates. Given that this is the new moon and I kind of see that in this energy, I feel that it's kind of a blend of everything, this being the environmental energy and the action connected to the King of Rod, walking away from what does not serve. And heading towards one's wish. We have the wish already crossing your energy here. So it looks like the steps are in order here. After there being some realization, we got the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next will be the 10. That breaks down to a 1. So technically we do have that here with the Ace of Swords. Beautiful reading. Scorpio energy could be significant. Possibly walking away from a Scorpio energy. I do see that stack of the 3 cups there from the 6 of cups here. 4 cup opportunity may have been missed because of the tainted energy. And then I feel that this 1 cup here is about everything here and then learning about that self-love, which I kind of picked up here, and why there's the overall walking away. Let's see what the hope is. The Death card. Now right away I got the Rose energy. But these are 2 white roses. Typically in the, like, in a lot of this will come, that I mentioned will be the Rider, excuse me, Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But in that death card of the Rider-Waite-Smith, you would typically see this energy here on a horse. And then on the flag, it would be white, a white rose. I am picking this up as not necessarily a hope. I feel it's more of a fear that something may actually be over because of all that's here. So I would say for that, if you are fearing that something may be over, fear is usually false evidence appearing real. I would also say too that given that this particular death card here has this 1 kind of rose here, it may even be, I feel that something is over and then just fearing that something may return connected to what's being left behind. That's what I get here. So just wanting something to really be done is also what I get. And then with the hope energy, I do see this energy facing towards the sun. So it could be this energy of the moonlight energy, 8 of Cups, walking towards wish fulfillment of the sunlight. Hoping that there's a yes possibly here too. Take what resonates though. So I got either or for both the hope and the fear. Like here with this rose, typically too, I've gotten that something has just been singed. Where there's no rendering. So maybe that's it too, that hoping that with this death card, it actually stays that way. Scorpios have Phoenix energy. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say there. Hoping that something is really done. And if something, and I get it being the toxic energy, Like, I feel this rose energy definitely makes a difference. Now that something is done, it's really done. And there's no reviving it and recycling it. And so I feel that the assurity of that, if there is any kind of fear, will be the testament to the confusion energy and then the clarity being right next to it, with the healing roses surrounding it. And then the hoping of sunlight energy being there, you have it present here with the Nine of Cups crossing this energy. And I get that connection also too because the 9 is right next to the 10. The 10 being the minor arcana of this of the sun. Yeah, and we have the sun here. It could even be moon energy, but typically in the death card, it's usually about rebirth energy and walking towards the sun. That red sun could be significant. It could also be red moon. Take what resonates. So let's see what the outcome is. The death card energy will be Scorpio energy here too. Okay, outcome. Dare I do this? The Chariot. This is overcoming, conquering, and having great success. And this is also what I picked up with the Seven of Cups. It could even be, because what I'm getting here is not overcoming and conquering. I feel this is the evidence of the whodunit and the clarity connected to the down sword. There's no roses surrounding these swords here. Just like there ain't none over here. And you don't see this person's hands because they're probably all cut up and bloody. But I feel that this is about bringing to light is this the saboteur? I feel it's about waking up and smelling the roses of the saboteur, the true saboteur, and who's caused the confusion, who's been a part of the Five of Swords, who's been a part of the smelling of the flowers, causing mesmerizations and confusions and illusions, waiting, anticipatings. That's what I get. Let's hold these up a little closer. The reason I also get this too, like, I still don't know what this apparatus is. But what I was going to say, first of all, before I say what I was getting ready to say, I see very distinct energy connected to this. So this energy here, where I got connected to the Five of Swords, may be connected to some fear when it comes to this King of Rod. Don't be scared. But the leaves surrounding the singed flower here, like something is really done and over. Scorpio energy could be significant for this energy also too. Libra as well. But I see the leaves of this very singed, like maybe fearing that, and I said a recycling of a Scorpio energy, that something being walked away from with the Scorpio energy being here in the Eight of Cups may return. And I feel that they're returning here as an outcome, but only to be seen for their truth. Where in the past they may have been concealing and been able to, but they're not able to in this reading. The evidence is there, the truth. I feel this is the judgment energy too, where more people are becoming more awakened and are increasing as far as their clairvoyances and psychic abilities, and are seeing more of the truth. that is around them, eliminating any kind of confusion that may have been caused in the past connected to one's wish. So I get this being about evidence of the whodunit and why there's a possible fear here connected to Scorpio energy. So then that Rose association and that tainted energy could be connected to the Scorpio energy from that Six of Cups, the Death card, and what's also being walked away from. So my next thing that I was going to say is the star. It's black. And it's at the crown. It's over the third eye. And it's black just like this rose. But that's not why I get this association with this person. And I'll show you why. I feel that this is the energy of the Five of Swords, of wanting to win at all cost. But doing it so much so that they're just leaving all kinds of messy evidence every single place across the board. Because this is a 7, I picked this up. What's sitting and analyzing, observing, and assessing to make the best decision for that Chariot energy. This is going to be a different Chariot energy. It's not the same energy that I got here. But let me show you why I got. So I got the Devil card and the toxicity. When this Devil card came out a couple of readings ago, I believe, or maybe it was through one of the readings I was trying to get done and it didn't get completed. I get this being that energy. So I'm going to grab that. Let's see. On the bottom, we have the World card. And this being about major cycles, karmic cycles coming to an end. So something being really over and walked away from. A new cycle beginning on truth and foundational, supportive foundational energy that's built to last. Let's see. Here's a Tower. What's the surrounding energy of the Empress? Scorpio energy. Let's see. Okay, so let's see, we've got reverse Knight of Rods, darkness, probably not. This being work set to be done. This is the negative intent. Set out to manipulate and have someone be left out in the cold in order to gain what didn't belong. That's what I'm getting there. The contract between two people here. So see that star there? I get that being there. And then the 8 energy being here, where it kind of starts and you can see like I'm getting intent set. Here's the 10 swords. Page of Cups. Here's the opportunity, judgment, not taken. Very interesting. And look at the aces. All set by competition, battling. This being the start, and this being the finish. In the midst of this, though, just want to speak on that. I'm picking up that same energy, and I get this being about someone who wanted to get in the middle of two people to cause a lot of heartache and heartbreak. Them maybe feeling like they were successful in this, hoping that connection doesn't go through and they can singe those flowers all to be damned. But Spirit has a different plan. I'm going to leave this Devil card with this Chariot card. Also with the Five of Swords card that's beneath, because this is not going to be the outcome for you. That's just it. If it is an outcome, it's an outcome of exposure of the liar, manipulator, instigator. And so that being the difference of the downward sword, where by itself it's completely about, the truth not being the truth. But here with the two healing roses versus the one you see here with this dark Scorpio energy that was being picked up. You got a wish on the way here. That's what I see here. And then this energy maybe wanting to be there. And then also why Judgment was one of the first cards before all of this even started. I'm going to see what the next card after that Chariot card. Yeah, okay, so that's it. And then what do we have to end at the bottom of the deck? Competition, and it's just going to match with that 5 energy of the Five of Swords and the intent to be a Five of Swords in order to create a Five of Swords, which is an overall 10 of Swords, and then possibly doing this over and over, and that being why there's so many swords surrounding this person, where you can't see anything connected to this person here, but the evidence is all over them if one takes a closer look and wakes up and smells the roses. So someone's doing this, and I feel it may be this King of Rod. A lot of you being this King of Rod energy here, where someone was trying to fight you, battle you, overtake you, overpower you, win at all costs, and doing whatever it takes, but being completely sloppy in the process because there's evidence all over. And then also the World card of significant karmic cycle endings. This could be masculine or feminine energy. So take what resonates for that. And then I won't speak on the Judgment card because it's kind of been spoken on throughout this reading. This is almost an hour long as well. But there may be a judgment call for this particular energy. Before I began this reading, I did notice there was like a man energy surrounded by women. And I don't want to dive too deep into that because that could go a whole nother place. 10 energy. 10 energy. Those 2 swords there. We reap what we sow. So what's been put out there is being returned karmically. And then I do feel that this is not only about exposure of a saboteur, but also about the saboteur and whatever is connected to them just being completely illuminated. The Sun card is right before Judgment. The next card is the World card. You have the World card here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that's it. Say Sa, you have wish fulfillment here though. I think that's the most important thing. The wish is here and things are happening for you. As much as this energy may want to be, as much as they're around, it's bringing more light to what's been going down. Connected to toxicity. So that you can have this beautiful energy of a foundational, wonderful, integral love of healing and happiness that's not manipulated and brings a lot of great joy. So no more confusion. Good luck with what it is that you are moving into. Now that there's some exposure here and you receiving wish fulfillment here. Okay. So Aquarius Moons, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers, and until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.